the outback and its residents. Food supply in the Australian outback can be unpredictable, making the ability to move to distant foraging areas essential for survival. The way the emu raises its young is somewhat unusual. Male and female pairs stay together for the first 5 months of the reproductive cycle. The males then take full responsibility for incubating and caring for their young. But it is different for kangaroos. Kangaroos are nurtured entirely by their mothers. There are nearly 70 different species of kangaroos in Australia. They fill every corner of the drifting continent, but most species are concentrated in the open spaces of the outback. Like most Australian marsupials, the kangaroo is a marsupial. Scientists call them macropod, which means big foot. That group of animals includes wallabies and comes in an astonishing variety of shapes and sizes, from the rabbit-sized potoroo to the human-sized red kangaroo. All of them share the common characteristics of oversized, powerful hind legs and tail, and the ability to travel at high speed with graceful, long leaps. Some species are extremely rare and limited to a few small areas. The most common species is the eastern grey kangaroo, Macropus giganteus, which can be found along the eastern third of Australia, on the coasts and in the interior deserts. Like many kangaroo species, the eastern grey is social, living in groups called mobs. A mob is dominated by one alpha male with several mature females and smaller kangaroos. The reproductive cycle. A female kangaroo can care for 3 young at once. The largest joey has recently left the pouch and is learning to live an independent life, nibbling on young grass leaves, but it will still stay with its mother for a while longer. A younger joey is still being cared for inside its mother's pouch. The third is at the embryonic stage, in a state of suspended growth that scientists call embryonic diapause, toiki sinsan ngeki konnan in the original text. As soon as the joey in the middle is large enough to leave the pouch, a chemical signal will trigger the embryo to begin developing. Behavior and symbolism. Eastern grey kangaroos are mainly nocturnal. They rest during the hottest part of the day and come out to graze at dusk. Many people believe that the kangaroo and the emu deserve to be the national emblem because they are animals that do not move backward, symbolizing the nation's highest aspiration to always move forward. Southern Africa's unique fauna. In fact, quite a few countries feature grassland animals in their national symbols. South Africa is one of them. In a country with a diverse selection of some of the most majestic animals, such as the lion, leopard, or elephant, they decided to choose the mysterious secretary bird to crown their national emblem. It is believed that the secretary bird was named as such because it resembled the look of a secretary from the 1800s, with a long quill pen tucked behind the ear, a gray knee-length tailcoat, and dark trousers. The secretary bird prefers walking over flying. This elegant bird can walk up to 30 kilometers per day in search of food. They are famous for their ability to hunt and kill grassland snakes, but they also eat small mammals, reptiles, and insects. Dispatching prey with a swift strike of their claws or relentless stomps to stun or kill the victim is what makes this bird so impressive. The secretary bird is common across Africa south of the Sahara. You can easily spot them in Sabi Sand, a wildlife reserve bordering Kruger National Park, one of the vastest national parks. There are no fences separating these two reserves, so all animals, from giraffes to hippos, lions, and the largest bird in the world, the ostrich, move freely between the two areas. Nyala antelope. Another remarkable animal here, native to the southeastern African region, is the Nyala antelope. Their preferred habitat is the areas where savanna and woodland merge. The horns are a measure of form between the males of the Nyala species. Males use their horns to display strength, demonstrate genetic superiority, and fight with other male antelopes for the right to mate. Impala antelope. A much more common antelope on the Sabi savanna is the impala. They are found in large herds, a survival tactic to protect them from predators such as lions. When predators approach, the first antelope to notice the danger will let out an alarm snort, causing the whole herd to flee. Impalas are not only very fast, they are also agile and strong. Another advantage is that they can jump very high. They often use a unique motion called stotting, or koi koi in the local indigenous language, which means showing off. The Terai region and the Great Migration. The magnificent scenery of the deep jungle and subtropical grasslands has undergone a miraculous transformation. It was once the royal hunting grounds for the rulers of Nepal and their honored guests. Some of the large animals living here are the Bengal tiger, the gharial crocodile, and the largest rhino species on the planet, the Indian rhinoceros, one-horned rhinoceros. Indian rhinoceros. These giant rhinos once roamed across the northern Indian subcontinent, but by 1975, their numbers had severely declined. The rhino uses mud to regulate its body temperature. The Indian one-horned rhino eats a variety of plants, such as grasses, fruits, leaves, and branches. Most of these rhinos live a solitary life when they are not mating or raising young. Each male has a defined territory, which can change seasonally and according to food sources. Rhinos will fight fiercely to defend their territorial sovereignty. Despite having poor eyesight, rhinos have an excellent sense of smell and good hearing. They communicate using at least 12 different sounds, including snorting, roaring, and grunting. The Great Migration in Serengeti. In the Serengeti region, in May and June, when the annual migration is in full swing, the area is flooded with wild animals. This event is considered by many to be the greatest wildlife spectacle on Earth. Waves of zebra, wildebeest, and other migrating animals are moving north, seeking the wet season pastures, a journey across 2 countries, from Tanzania to Kenya. The monsoon winds in the south have long passed, and the grasslands will soon dry up. The cliffs in the north, Masai Mara, are receiving the last rains, so this is where the herbivore herds must head, the sheer scale. About 2 million animals move through the Serengeti, marching towards greener pastures. Most of them are wildebeest, Lindungdobo, nicknamed the clown of the grasslands. They are on the menu for many carnivores across Africa, but by gathering in large herds to move to greener pastures, these quirky animals can maintain their high numbers. Zebras. Hundreds of thousands of zebras also participate in this epic journey. The appealing black and white stripes on the zebra's body have a great effect in disrupting a predator's vision. When clustered in a herd, they create a mesmerizing pattern that makes it very difficult for lions or hyenas to single out an individual as a target. Scientists also believe that the stripes on the zebra serve another function. On these plains, temperatures can reach over 30 degrees Celsius, and there is little shade to hide from the equatorial sun. The alternating black and white stripes help absorb heat at different rates. This can establish a localized climate of air currents over the zebra's body, helping the animal stay cool as the migration process unfolds. The Mara River crossing. The most dangerous challenge of the journey is drawing closer, crossing the Mara River. A river with unstable, steep banks, deep and fast-flowing water is already difficult enough. But that is only the beginning, as hungry predators await them on both banks. Starving leopards and lions lurk, stalking stragglers. The herbivores know that crossing the river will be too much for some weak wildebeest and zebras, but the greatest danger lies right beneath the surface. The formidable Nile crocodile, huge, powerful, and incredibly fast. But the cattle herds are strongly driven by the lush grasslands on the other side of the river. They have no choice but to try to rush across the treacherous river with all their might. This is a struggle for survival of the fittest at the cruelest level. But due to their immense numbers, of the thousands of animals making the crossing, less than 1% of the total will be killed. However, there is one more obstacle. At many crossing points, the banks of the Mara River can be high, steep, and unstable. Many antelopes are unable to climb the high bank on the other side. They are exhausted, fall prey to predators, and a large number drown. But when the migration mission is successful, the survivors will have the time and resources to freely eat and recover before undertaking the journey back 6 months later. This great migration is one of the world's ultimate wildlife experiences. From the prairies of North America to the Australian outback and beyond, grasslands offer countless opportunities for wild animals across the globe. It is also the scene of endless chases between prey and predator.